Now, another common question we get is how do I apply a rate restriction for one room type, but not all of them? And this is also going to be shown using the rate grid. So a little bit of option two that we saw, or sorry, the ability to lock and unlock the grid when you're applying the rate restrictions. Back here to my example, for the best available rate, if I wanted to close just one room type, but allow the best available rate to remain open for all other room types, you can do that from the rate wizard. So I'll select best available rate. I'll click next. And I'm going to close this rate plan for Saturday, but I only want to apply the closure for my PH room types. So right now, if I take a look at the rate grid down below and take a look at my PH villa, you'll see that this Saturday, the 22nd, is open. It's at a price of $1,200. But if I wanted to close this room type or apply a restriction to this room type for the 22nd, for only this one room type, I do need to remove or unlock the grid. Now, just to make things easier, I'm going to use that trick where I can click and drag this dividing line. I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to unlock the grid, and I'm going to remove the check marks from all other room types and only change or only apply the restriction to my PH villa. Now I can select the date from and date to. This is going to apply to this Saturday, June 22nd. And I do not select update rate template. I do not select update rate amounts. I go directly to the restriction, which in this case is to close that room type on that date. Select save. Room key confirms that I am closing that room type for this rate on that date. And we'll also apply that to all tiered rates as well as a best practice. Now that I've made that change, I can click and drag this dividing line back up. And for my PH villa room type, I'll see that on June 22nd, that rate is now closed. So it appears in yellow. If I was to look at another room type, like my base rate, my SQQ room type, you'll see that that room type remains open on Saturday. So the restriction is only applied to one room type in this example. To reopen that room type, I would follow the same method up above. Make sure that the PH villa is the only selected room type in the rate grid. I would use my date from and date to select the date or date range. And I'd go directly to the restriction. In this case, I would open the closed rate and click save. You'd click OK and yes when prompted for any tiered rates. When I click and drag this dividing line back up, I can now confirm on my rate calendar here with my PH villa room type. I can now see that that date, June 22nd, is now open. It is no longer restricted with a close restriction.